Hi, I'm Lindsay King, and I chose this piece called Where Were You When the World Stopped Turning by Alan Jackson. I chose to read these lyrics because I remember when September 11th happened, and it had a major effect on me. I was sitting in school and remember looking out the window watching the planes fly by. I was scared and felt helpless as a 10-year-old in fifth grade. My family lived in Fairfax City at the time and moved to Warrenton shortly after the incident happened to be farther away from Washington, D.C. A while after moving to Warrenton, I became a member at Remington Volunteer Fire and Rescue Department. I now have so much more respect for firefighters, emergency medical personnel, police officers, and many other civilians and personnel that helped that day because I'm a firefighter EMT now. These kinds of events are always in the back of my head because we never know when it could happen again. This is why these lyrics really mean a lot to me and many other people. Where were you when the world stopped turning that September day? Out in the yard with your wife and children, working on some stage in LA? Did you stand there in shock at the sight of the black smoke rising against that blue sky? Did you shout out in anger and fear for your neighbor, or did you just sit down and cry? Did you weep for the children who lost their dear loved ones and pray for the ones who you don't know? Did you rejoice for the people who walked from the rubble and sob for the ones left below? Did you burst out in pride for the red, white, and blue, the heroes who died just doing what they do? Did you look up at heaven for some kind of answer and look at yourself to really what matters? I'm just a singer of simple songs. I'm not a real political man. I watch CNN, but I'm not so sure I can tell you the difference in Iraq and Iran. But I know Jesus and I talk to God, and I remember this from when I was young. Faith, hope, and love are some good things He has, but the greatest is love. Where were you when the world stopped turning that September day? Teaching a class full of innocent children, driving down some cold interstate? Did you feel guilty because you're a survivor in a crowded room? Did you feel alone? Did you call up your mother and tell her you loved her? Did you dust off that old Bible at home? Did you open your eyes and hope it never happened? Close your eyes and not go to sleep? Did you notice the sunset for the first time in ages? Speak with some strangers on the street? Did you lay down at night and think of tomorrow? Go out and buy you a gun? Did you turn off the violent old movie you're watching and turn on I Love Lucy reruns? Did you go to a church and hold hands with some stranger, stand in line and give your own blood? Did you just stay at home and cling tight to your family? Thank God you had somebody to love.